What's up, everybody? It's your boy here. We've got JP, and then we've got Carlton over here, right here. This is the first episode of the Night Crew. We originally had 4 members, but somebody really wasn't all that down for it. So now it's just down to the 3 original Migos right here. And I'm gonna hand it off to Jay Sean for the few little topics we're gonna discuss.
All right, so today, main topic, we're talking about dating. We're going to first talk about the first date, what you would do on your first date. We're going to talk about what you find attractive in your partner, in the relationship. We're going to talk about what you want most in the relationship. And also we're going to talk about how do you know that they're the right one for you. And we're going to finish off by talking about the red flags because, yeah, we got to talk about that.
Got to. All right, so let's get into the first one. What was that?
Oh, okay. First one is...
Of course. Of course. Should have had it on silent.
Let's turn mine on. Yeah, let me go ahead and... Oh, wait. Mine is never on.
Damn.
Alright, so first one we're talking about is the first date. So who's opening this one up? Carlton, what do you want? What do you want to do on the first date?
I like to get to know somebody.
Okay.
Have fun also. See what kind of spirit they have.
Okay.
What about you?
For me, I think I'm along the same lines. I want to get to know them. It's like nothing serious going on, just more getting to know the person. Of course, I would want to take them somewhere nice, maybe on a dinner just to make sure that everything, give us some time to talk. All right, is that?
Yeah, I would definitely do the same. Like, take them out somewhere, like, not necessarily secluded, but somewhere where you can just, like, have an intimate conversation just between the two of you. Really, like, get to pick each other's brains and, get to figure the other person out. See if they're, like, all up there like you want them to be.
Yeah. See, I'm trying to remember what I did for me and Tiff's first date. I think... We actually did go out somewhere to eat and everything. We just like talked and everything like that. It took a while for us to get to that though, for reasons I'll explain later. But
relationships.
So okay, are we moving on to the next one? Or anybody else got to say anything about the first date? I think hold on. I think the first date is taken less serious now.
Very.
I will say that. Because it's taken less as an opportunity to get to know someone and just immediately into, I need to be with this person or something like that.
Yeah,
I will say
people move really, really fast.
Yeah.
Like, mine with my girlfriend, our first date was we went shopping on Black Friday. Extremely unconventional, but it was extremely fun at the same time.
That actually sounds pretty fun, I won't lie.
Sounds unique, but why that was your first date?
Honestly, I don't even remember. She had just asked me, like, if I wanted to go Black Friday shopping with her, and I was like, yeah, sure. And then that ended up being our first date, and like, although it was super crowded, at the same time, it felt like we were almost like the only ones there, just like in our own little bubble. Yeah. Like it didn't feel like too overwhelming. Like it felt right.
Okay,
that's pretty cool. Okay, hear me out. I gotta put myself out there. Where our first date was. It was this place to eat. But we both enjoy it.
Was it McDonald's?
No.
Okay. All right.
I went above that. It was Wingstop.
I kind of figured that. When you said it was a place, I kind of figured that.
We both liked wings, so it just seemed right. I mean, it went fine. It was great. It's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, as long as it went fine, I don't think it like. It's like the little things.
Yeah, it's the little things that matter.
She probably still got cooked from that night.
I actually no. Okay, no. She does it.
What about you?
But we go back there every so often. Obviously, we can't do that right now because I don't know if that they do dine in right now. But we go there every so often just because it just reminds us of the first date. So.
Okay, that's cool.
All right. So, what do you, what would you find attractive in a partner, Carlton?
I'm someone who reads a book,
Someone who reads a book. Okay.
but also I like tattoos on women. The more the merrier.
What about the rough around the edges?
I do like a rough around the edges because I just need to know if I don't know. I just don't want nobody soul.
Okay.
Then that means I got to hear these stories about how she let people run all over her, and then I get so offensive.
Okay.
I just need somebody who knows how to handle themselves.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good point. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you don't want nobody out here that can't defend themselves.
Yeah.
Like, are you talking about like boxing or like verbally
Yeah.
defend themselves?
Oh, to be honest with you, I like mine. I like a smart ass mouth.
Okay.
Like it's to the point when I say smart ass, I'm like, hey, you need to fuck up before I punch myself. I'm sorry, but yeah, I like them really rough around the edges.
You forgot to mention the kids.
Oh,
I
I don't mind her having a few kids, but it gets to a point now that too many is too many.
Okay. That makes sense.
Too many is too many. I like just somebody who like has a great personality, a strong personality.
Yeah.
Somebody I can really just feel connected with.
Yeah.
Because nowadays, it's a lot of people who really don't have a lot of common sense.
Yeah.
And you can tell by them just by asking them basic simple questions. They can't handle some simple questions. I don't see no way.
Yeah.
Me and some people going.
That's true. That's very true.
Somebody confident.
Somebody confident. Okay.
That loves themselves. You know,
That's-
somebody
yeah.
that smells good.
Yeah, but not overly confident to where like they seem like arrogant, like
Yeah, where they're too like full, like
yeah,
too much into themselves, and they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, I can't do that. Like,
Yeah,
like confident but humble.
yeah.
Cause like some of them they get a little out there, and this is like just like take a step back.
Yeah.
I feel on that one because like sometimes they'll be like, well, all these other dudes want me. You belong to
Yeah.
the streets. Take yourself over there.
Yeah. So for me, what I find attractive with my girlfriend is, what we were kind of going off of. I find it's our connection.
Mm-hmm.
We like the same things. Like we both like anime, and then I'm getting her into gaming. But she's fine with the fact that I like, for example, the PlayStation 5 that just came out. I've been putting hours into that thing. She has been completely fine with me going about doing that. Like it's just things are okay with us. And if we ever have issues or anything like that, we work that out almost instantly. So it's just it's a connection thing, and then obviously other things. But but it's just, I don't know. We're just compatible overall, and that's a good thing.
What about you?
I would definitely have to say like you said, like a strong personality. Somebody that's like okay with themselves. They're not like out there trying to be like that person and that person. They're just 100% themselves, and they like can enjoy being themselves without like being stuck to the confines of thinking about like what everybody else thinks about them. Somebody that has at least a decent sense of humor, because I will personally say that some of my humor strays towards the dark side, and I bring it out and I let it out, and you got to be able to take it, because like of course like none of the stuff is like I would mean or anything, because like it's dark humor. It's like anybody that knows dark humor knows exactly why it's funny. Of course, it's some of the stuff can be a little harsh, but it's not like said to be harsh. Like dark humor is only good when it's tasteful. It's you can't just throw out anything like like demeaning and think that it's a joke. No, like you have to have a little pizzazz to it, because that way everybody thinks that it's funny.
Yeah.
I would have to say somebody that's challenging.
True.
So, just so that it never really gets boring. So like you can always stay like not like drama challenging, but like, you know, they're ever evolving challenging. Like, you know, like they're becoming them like 100% themselves.
Yeah. I agree with that. I feel like you have something else to say. The way you look, you're sitting there. Are you waiting on me to say something?
Oh, now you cool. We go to the next one.
Okay.
All right, on to the next one.
So, okay, Carlton, what do you want most out of a relationship?
Loyalty, honesty.
What?
I want a best friend.
Best friend?
Like, I don't want a girlfriend, I want a best friend.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you be honest with you, like, I feel like some people don't realize you have a partner, then you have a best friend. Your best friend will know more than your own partner. And your partner is somebody you're supposed to know everything about you.
True.
What about you?
See, I mean, going off of what you just said, like, my girlfriend, she knows, it's between her and Drew, they know, she knows just about I mean, they both know a lot about me, but, like, she knows every last detail. Like,
Okay, that's cool.
so, I mean, yeah, that's, what I would want most, let me see. Because, I mean, we already have the connection and everything. So, I mean, I could say that, but we already have that. I don't know, actually. I mean, the connection is, like, the biggest thing for me. Because, I mean, if you don't connect, then there's really, like, nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Yeah, there's nothing there. So, that's why that's so strong for me. It's just, like, because, just having the same interest and everything like that, it helps us connect better, and we go off of that to find different things. So, I mean, I guess I'd have to say connection again. I don't know. I don't want to be going back to that, but I mean, that's just the strongest thing for me.
Right.
I could definitely understand that. I would have to say that it would be like having somebody worth, like, say that they pass, like, it means so, like, it's, I don't really know how to put it into words.
Yeah.
Like, it's just I was talking to Carlton about it the other day. It's like, you know, not like, of course, like, mourning their loss and everything, but, like, having so much experiences and memories with them that it's kind of like, I really don't even know how to put it into words.
I know, this one's a little, it makes you really think about it, actually.
Yeah, because that's a really deep question right there. It's like, what are you looking for? It's like I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, everybody's looking for a lot of, like, you know, the simple core stuff and, like, you know, the connection and everything, but
Oh, I got something. You said this earlier. Looking for both people in the relationship are putting something into it.
Yeah.
It's like, 50-50.
True.
Both putting something into it. That's definitely that's something that's probably my one right there. I'm gonna switch off. I feel like we both need to put something into it.
But then sometimes it's okay for the other person to bring more.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
other person is down. Like, say if you lose your job, can't carry the weight.
Yeah, that's true.
Or I mean, they can carry the weight.
Yeah.
and them not be bitter about it.
True.
Because it's not, sometimes it's not about them just being able to carry that weight, but them like having like, you know, like being able to sympathize and empathize with your position, because like, you know, nobody knows when, like, you know, they might get laid off or fired for some random reasons. One of my friends just got fired for some BS, and like, you know, you never know exactly what's gonna happen, and like, you know, having somebody that's there to be there with you and not against you in that type of time.
Yeah.
Somebody understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They understand what you're going through. At
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, that's good.
Somebody makes you think. I like somebody let me, like, I was dealing with somebody and that was had me thinking. Cause, I had her thinking one time I asked her this question, and I heard it on like a podcast, and somebody said, you date your insecurities. And for like 4 or 5 days, every time I seen her, she would still be thinking about that question. And I still think about the question. I ain't seen her since August.
Wow.
And the last time I did see her, that's what last thing she said. I'm still thinking about that.
Wow. You know it's true when you gotta think months about it. Like
Yeah, because to be honest with you, like I just feel like sometimes people get the short end and stick of a relationship. They don't never get the full contents of a relationship, the full benefits of a relationship.
Yeah.
Everybody's short ending somebody because they have trust issues, insecurity problems, dealing with their own personal issues, and then some people just never open up to let that person see their true potential.
That's true. I can feel that. All right. Anybody got anything before we move on to the next one?
No, go ahead for me.
All right. Let me pull it back up. Okay. How do you know that they're the one?
Ooh. How do you know they don't win?
Do you need some time to think on that one?
I do. What about you?
This one comes easy for me.
Okay.
It is what I feel with my current girlfriend. It's a certain sense of peace.
Okay.
And like comfort. Not even like when they're specifically doing anything, but just being in their presence like brings over like, you know, a wave of peace and comfort and tranquility over you that like nothing else can do. Like you can have other ways to relieve your stress, but like, you know, just having them there and like making you 100% comfortable is it's just something really, really different. And for me, that's what I feel it is.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. For me, I would go along with that too and say, yeah, I would know it's right by being happy, like just being overall happy. And I feel that with Tiff as well. Like I feel that with Tiff because anytime she's around, it's just a good time. There's not really down times unless dealing with stuff referring with her family or something like that. But aside from that, I mean, we're happy whenever we're with each other, and that's probably like the best thing I can ask for.
Okay, that's what's up. Let me see. I agree with both of y'all with the heavy part.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would like to get somebody that really just genuinely feels the same way.
Yeah.
Because some people can say they're happy, but then they're really truly not happy. But I want them to be genuine, happy with me all the time.
That's true. I mean, yeah, and then fun, like making sure you have someone that's real with you.
True.
Like, and they're real with you to the point where you know that they're being real with you.
Yeah.
Not just like having doubts on, okay, are they telling the truth on that or what? Just like, you know, like, okay, they're being serious.
Yeah.
I guess that too, like just having that, what's the word I'm looking for? That knowing that everything is good. And like, yeah, just no doubt in your mind. And yeah, I'd say that.
Okay.
Anything else?
I don't have anything else. That's something that one up for myself.
Yeah.
Okay, the big one. This is the banger. Red flags. What do you? Okay, yeah. What's red flags?
When they ghost you.
Yeah, definitely.
Or when they only text you at certain times, part of the day.
Well, I mean, like that one, that one's a 50-50 for me. It just depends on like if they're a working individual, I don't expect for anybody, like especially around my age or older, even sometimes younger, like as long as they're like able to like, you know, have a job, I wouldn't, or be in school or something, I don't like hold them to the standard of being able to like, you know, respond immediately. However, I do understand what you're saying. It's like, you know, set like only certain times of the day. It's like, he's like, come on now, like
Yeah.
it shouldn't be like 5-6 hours later. Like that one, to a certain extent, is a little excessive. Although, like, you know, working person, like depending on where they're working, they might be so busy that they really hadn't had much time to, like, you know, get to their phone. But at the same time, especially nowadays, everybody has their phone on them, and especially the younger they are, there's no way that you haven't, like, you know, been on your phone at least once within an hour, to be able, like, even if it's like you like sneak off to the side, like everybody has. So like you should be able to like even if you don't want to talk, you'd be like, I don't want to talk.
Yeah, that's true. See, what I have to say about that one, just because you can ask anybody about me, my text game is not it. I am probably one of the worst texters of all time. And it's just like, it's not intentional. It's one of those things where, like, I don't know, it's just difficult for me. I don't know why it is, but I see a text pop up, I go into it, and if somebody says something that's kind of general, like, for example, my mom, she's like, ask me if I can pick something up or something like that. I just take it and I'm just like, okay, let me go do this. I'm bad at going ahead and saying, okay, I got it. It's just things like that. I don't know why I'm so bad with the texting, but it's just not there.
This texting is hit or miss. It's really shoddy, because, like, especially with me, I pay attention. Probably no, I don't want to say too much attention to detail, because details matter, because they give you the information that you're actually needing.
Yeah.
So you don't, like, misunderstand something or misinterpret something. And texting is probably one of the hardest, most difficult things put out there, especially when it's like, you know, more than, like, you know, a simple text. I feel like texting should have just stopped at, like, simple text. Like, it shouldn't be, like, you know, descriptive messages. Like, if you need to, like, describe something or, like, you know, convey a message to somebody that's more than just like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm here, I'm there, do you want this, do you want that, then it shouldn't be texted, because then a lot of things get lost in translation, because, like, you have to assume, like, you know, the tone, like,
yeah.
And a lot of people, like there's a difference. No matter what anybody says, there's a difference between a K, a OK, and a OK. There's a big difference between all three of those. And people don't. Some people know, but, like, some people really just don't know, and it's like it's really hard to, like, you know, get the message that they're trying to get, because you're trying to decipher it, because it's just words.
Yeah, texting, just, you don't get the full message out of that. It can be interpreted any way. I guess that's just why I'm not with it, because I'd rather just actually be talking to the person rather than texting like that.
Yeah, because, like, when you can hear how they're saying it makes the message go through a lot easier than, like, when you get, like, it could be like a simple text that you are, like, sitting there like, are they mad, or am I just, like, you know, overthinking it? Because, like, the way that they texted me this, like, I don't even really know if they're mad or, like, well, what's up. That one's
Yeah, and then another reason why I'd rather just talk, because I don't know if this is gonna sound bad, but when you text, you have to stop everything in order to get to the text and everything like that. I like to just keep pushing, keep things going. And if you're talking, you can continue to do what you're doing and just use your voice to keep on going. But with texting, you have to stop and then direct your attention to the phone, and then
that is very true. This is, like, especially like if you're on the go and you're, like, you know, busy doing something, like, work-oriented people, like, even like myself, like, sometimes, like, if I get a text, I'm like, I want to respond, but, like, I'm in the middle of doing this, I want to finish this, but I want to respond at the same time, and I can't do both. It just makes it so much easier, especially like, you know, you have headphones or like a Bluetooth headset or whatever. It just makes it so much easier. You just continue to talk and do exactly what you're doing.
That's exactly how I feel.
Oh, I suck at texting. But I do it every day, so I really suck at texting. We're going back to the original question about red flags. It's a lot of red flags for some people.
That's true.
It's a lot of red flags. And there's so many, like, sometimes it be really in your face and some people can't read it. Because I know I'm bad at it. I'm truly bad at reading people red flags.
I'm kind of oblivious to stuff most of the time. Y'all know that. Like I don't notice as much as you guys do when we're at work and everything like that. I would understand it once y'all explain it to me. I just missed a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's cool though. It's cool, but like with people with red flags, they have a lot of secrets. And that's one thing about it. When they have the red flags, they have a lot of secrets. They still holding on to something. They're not trying to let something go.
True.
They want something better.
Mm-hmm.
But then they still don't want to let go of their past. And that's the worst part about it. When people don't know when it's time to let go of their past.
Yeah. That's definitely, yeah.
Because sometimes we hold on to something too long and it's just like...
That's true. I had something I was going to say, but it kind of slipped. Before I go, anybody else got anything for it? I can't think of what I was gonna say.
I'll pick up from what y'all were talking about just a second ago. It's like it's both a good thing and a bad thing to be able to notice some things, because like to a certain extent, ignorance is bliss, and not knowing just literally this is just the simplest way to put it. Ignorance is bliss. That you're not worried about what you don't know. But once you know something, now you're more worried about it. Like, if I don't know my computer's about to go out, I'm not worried about it. I'm playing, I'm happy. But if I know, I hear that thing smoke, I hear it smoke, not hear it smoking, but I see it smoking, it sounds like you know, it's dying. Yeah, I'm gonna be a lot more worried about it. But it's both a blessing and a curse. It's like, you know, you just get to notice like different things about different people, and like, you know, just paying attention. Not that some people don't pay attention, but like, you know, they just aren't as in tune as some other people are. Like, you know, as far as their surroundings go, and like, you know, how other people are doing, what they're doing, and what they're saying. Yeah, it's like that's why I personally find the English language so fascinating, because like, you know, there's so many different words that people can use, and like, you know, being able to like, you know, decipher what people mean based off of the words that they're using is like really, really fun, because then you get to, because not every like Carlton said it the other day, is like, you know, people pay a lot more attention than they think people do. Mm-hmm. And I think he was selling to Nicole, like, you know, it was like, more people notice you than you think. They just might not say anything.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. I'm not going to speak on that. What I'm really trying to say, I'm not going to speak on that one. I ain't going to speak on that one. But yeah, I remember that part.
Okay, so I will ask this, though. Are you able to... Okay. How bad would the red flag have to be for you to not overlook it?
That depends, because like, at least sometimes I feel like it's a problem I have with myself. I weigh out, like, you know, the good with the bad, because nobody's perfect. Everybody, like, nobody's perfect. They're gonna have there's gonna be something about somebody that you're like, either you're friends with, in a relationship with, you're working with. There's some things that you just don't like about some of the things that they do, some of the things that they say, but you can't change it.
True. Because
that's just them. It's just up to you whether or not that you to a certain extent want to deal with whatever it is, and like, you know, weigh out, like, is it really that big of a deal, or am I just like making it bigger than it is and just nitpicking? Because like, some people nitpick and that's why they have they act like they have like super high standards and like you know, it's like nobody can like, you know, meet my standards. There's no good people out here. It's not that there's no good people. It's just like to a certain extent you're just being unreasonable about like, you know, them being good.
Yeah.
Like Martin Luther King, he's great, well-renowned person, but there's definitely probably things in his life that he's done that he's not necessarily like, you know, too proud of, but he's still revered as a really, really great person in the history books and everything, and people seem to forget stuff like that. It's like they like everybody that's like, you know, been remembered for something or like is being great for something has also had like, you know, their negatives.
Yeah.
Like Kobe is probably one of the greatest basketball players that ever hit the court, and everybody will call him a ball hog.
True.
But at the end of the day, he's still like, you know, one of the best players to ever play.
Yeah.
And people have to like, to a certain extent, get over like, you know, their what was it? I called it I guess expectations or whatever. Cause like, you know, everybody's a human being and everybody's gonna do something, say something that you might not like, but it just depends on like, you know, where you're at with what you're doing. Like, you know, is this something that I could have done? If so, how can I be so mad at them about that?
Yeah.
Because like, you know, everybody's capable of everything, but also not at the same time. It's like I won't say that either of you two are like, you know, like serial killers, but I can't put out of my mind that if it came down to it that y'all wouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. So for me, I think y'all might notice this from me. I try to just see the better in most things. I try to be as positive as I can be. So with red flags and stuff like that, I don't want to say I try to see over that, because obviously if they're there, then they're there. There's nothing you can say or do. I mean, there's nothing you can say about that. They're that's what it is.
I guess it just depends on exactly what the red flag is. Because like if you found out like the tip was like a serial killer, I'm sure that'd be a red flag. You're like, I'm sorry, like I love you, but I gotta wipe my hands clean of this one. Yeah. But like if it's like, oh, she drives a little bit like more aggressive than you would like.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, it's like, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's how much of a difference is it? It's like, you know, is like you gotta think about like I think I was talking to Carlton about this also the other day. Is like, you know, if you think that it's like that big of a red flag, then it's I guess it's easier said than done. But like, leave.
True.
Like if you're not going to, then it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. That's actually really valid. Like, what was I gonna say? Just going off of what I was like saying. I try to see the better and everything, but there's a point where it's just like, okay, I can't see over that. That's a wrap.
Yeah.
If something's really that bad, then there's just nothing that can be said about it. It just has to be ended. Because at that point, it's not something that can be looked over, and it has to be fixed somehow.
Yeah. Whether
by them personally, because it's their red flag, and they have to be the one to choose to change that. In my opinion. Okay, Carlton, what you got?
What's the worst red flag y'all had and somebody y'all was trying to talk to? She tried to hit me with a car.
Wow.
Not once, not twice, maybe 3. Wow. I almost got stabbed.
Yeah. that's a
I got a few of them.
Oh God.
Ghost is probably the least.
That's some stuff right there. I'm thinking over here, just like, you know what could it be? And he's like, yeah, I almost got hit by a car, stabbed, killed a couple times.
I think death is
like,
the worst part.
Really rough around the edges.
Does she have kids too?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Wow. For me, my red flag isn't something with her personally. Like, it's not her. It's her family. Because
because like when you're in a relationship, you're not just in a relationship with that person. You know, like you're in a relationship with the family.
Yeah. And it's like, I love her to death and everything like that. There's nothing wrong with us personally. It's just, obviously, her family hates my guts.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
You hate to see it.
if there's anything I can work out with that, then I mean, sure. But I'm not going to go out and reach for that if they don't want to give me the time of day. So, that's my red flag. It's nothing with her personally. It's just the family.
I can feel that.
Because you want the family to like you.
That's true, because I mean, it's got to work out eventually. Like,
I mean, even if it don't, you've done everything in your power. So that's, I mean, like ultimately, that's all you can do.
that's true. I mean, yeah, I can only do so much to try to bind that together.
Yeah, as long as she likes you, that's, I mean, to a certain extent. And you haven't done anything for them to warrant disliking you.
That's right.
So, if you've done everything in your power, then, I mean, you just gotta chalk it up and be like, hey, it is what it is. Sometimes, like, it just be like that.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, as long as she's 100%, like, as long as she's not wavering because her family doesn't like you, then you're in the green.
Yeah. After everything that's happened, the most thing I'm worried about is just us. I'm not worried about that. I mean, if that happens, then that's good. But I mean, I'm not going to necessarily put any more time into making sure that does happen.
Yeah, I feel you. It'll be a positive for them to, like, you know, turn around and, like, you know, be all loving and lovey-dovey. Like, oh, Jay Sean.
If only that's the world we lived in.
Yeah.
Where things could just turn around and be all good and
I
just
mean, it's possible. It's possible, especially with all the other things going on with your
Yeah.
family. So, I mean, and you haven't done anything wrong thus far.
yeah.
It's,
I mean, it's just gonna take time.
yeah, things just take time. People are people.
Yeah. Anybody got anything else? Oh, wait. Okay, I got one. It's coming now.
Okay.
How do you feel about someone that has? I don't know if this is gonna go to anyone specific, but how do you feel about someone that has too high of standards?
I ain't trying to jump over that hurdle.
That's what I said.
I ain't trying to jump over that hurdle. I'm too big to try to. Yeah, I ain't jumping over hurdle. I mean, I really get that. I mean, I don't mind them,
Yeah.
but some of them just be ridiculous.
I-
They
yeah.
don't want you to have an 800 credit score. Like, I get mine at 650. We good right now. We might not can go get a brand new Honda, but we gonna get a Honda. Like,
I'm just talking like unrealistic standards.
Oh, that is something that I have a problem with, and I take the most pride in calling them out on it, because a lot of them, like what's the point of having so high of standards that they're literally unattainable by anybody?
That's true.
Like, the perfect person doesn't exist, but they do at the same time. As far as, like, you're not going to meet the perfect person that meets, like, your whole list of 1,000 things that, like of standards that they have to meet. If they don't meet one of them, then they're off. You're not going to be able to find that.
True.
Like, and it's not to say, like, you know, there's not a perfect person out there for you, like, you know, that makes you happy and everything. But as far as, like, you know, if you feel like they have to cross off certain things on the checklist, you're just not ready for a human being.
Yeah.
Because they're not gonna be able to meet those standards all the time.
Yeah.
Like, even like just in normal relationships, like, people have their bad days where they're not themselves, so they're not gonna be like, you know, meeting their normal expectations of like, you know, normal stuff that they would do or say.
Yeah.
So like having some, like, there was this one person that was on like the Steve Harvey show. She had like columns of things, so, like, you know, you have to love her dog and everything and a whole bunch of different other things. And I was like,
Wow.
I don't have to love your dog. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm here for you, not the dog.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, if me and the dog just happen to not get along, we just don't get along. But like,
Yeah, that's too specific.
yeah, it's like that's too specific. You have to. She was like, you have to love sweets, and you have to like be living in the same areas as she does. Like, and I was like, that's so.
Yeah,
That sounds like some stuff they be having on dating sites.
No, well, there was something I was gonna say with that. Oh, okay. Do you feel like the person that has those super high standards has to match those standards themselves?
Oh yes. Personally, like if that's another thing that me and Carlton were talking about. It was like that whole Birkin bag thing, and like ever since that girl that was dating Quavo said that stuff. Now she's gotten in a whole bunch of girls' heads that if he's not doing like, you know, meeting these standards, then he's not worth it. When like these are people that are like probably making $50,000 a year while Quavo's a millionaire.
Yeah.
If like you can set that standard for him because that's pocket change to him.
Yeah.
But for somebody that's like, you know, working like, you know, your average 9 to 5, that's like $20,000
Yeah.
for just one bag.
That's a house.
Yeah, like that's somebody's whole car paid off right there.
Yeah, that's a year's salary for a person at McDonald's.
Yes.
Like that's a whole year.
Like $20,000. Like if like an average person got into that and they were like, you know, smart about it, that would be like either a house, a car, or an investment.
Mm-hmm.
But like not literally like, you know, going out just to get one bag. Like I can understand like if, you know, this was like some like a trip, a bag, a car, like all of this other stuff, and it came out to be like the total of that, then that would be more understandable. But for one bag, from like your average everyday citizen, no, that's asking way too much.
Yeah.
And especially a lot of them couldn't even afford it themselves.
Yeah.
It's like if you can't like, it would be okay for you to say that if you could afford to get one of those yourself. Like, if you were like, if he can't afford to get me a Birkin bag and you are working and you can get yourself one and you've gotten yourself one and you're still like, you know, making a good living, then you can say that. But if you're working at like, you know, Wendy's or something, or a Walmart or wherever else that you're working at a call center, and you're expecting somebody to get you a Birkin bag and pay your bills, you have lost your mind.
True. Yeah, it goes back to the 50-50 thing. If you're looking for someone with that high standards, and you let's say in the event that actually does happen, that's definitely like, that's way past that. Like you're probably putting in a third, and they got way more of the load on them. Maybe even just like a quarter of that load. But you gotta match that. You can't just expect something so big out of a person and then not be able to provide that yourself. It doesn't make any sense.
Or reciprocated in some way. It's like, you know, it's like, even if it's not necessarily like, you know, a $20,000 investment back into them, like, what did you do to like, what did you do to earn that?
Yeah.
Like, especially out of like, you know, your average person that's making like $50,000-$60,000 a year. What did you do to make this person go buy you a $20,000 bag? Not like get you a like an engagement ring, married you, got like you know, trying to marry you and put you in like get into a house and everything, but because like that would make more sense. Spending like $1,000 on a ring, putting like a couple thousand down on a house for y'all. That makes more sense, and that's much more of a reasonable investment versus one bag, and y'all are not living that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you can afford it, then like that's 100% fine. Like, I can understand like her setting that standard for like somebody like Quavo. That makes sense. He's got the money to be able to do it.
Yeah.
She's got the money to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So she can set that standard. Like, if you're not here, I don't need it.
Yeah.
That's fine. But like, if I see you in Walmart and you're telling your husband at home that he need to get you a Birkin bag, otherwise you're leaving him, he would be much better off without you. Because that's really unreasonable.
I feel that. All right. And anything else? Carlton, you got anything else about that one?
Nah, I'm good with that one. I mean, I feel like if you finna spend $20,000 on a bag and you ain't got your stuff together, a house or nothing, I mean, you shouldn't even be talking to that person.
True.
Because just to be honest with you, $20,000 for a bag, nah. We finna take 4 trips around the world.
Right.
Yeah.
That's 4 trips around the world.
Yeah.
Like, I think for one person ticket to Africa, it's like $2,500. So just think about where you actually can see instead of going to see a bag and still stuck on the west side of Greenville.
Yeah.
Like, let's see the world, something.
True.
$20,000 can get you like you said, that can get you a good trip.
Yeah.
A good
A
trip.
business, a LLC,
Yeah.
something. Like, we can go buy 2 U-Haul trucks and just we'll move you for $19.99 just to get the business going. Then 3 weeks later, hire your uncle.
Yeah.
Get him to move the business and stuff. For $20,000.
Yeah, that's...
Man, I just think some people just really try to live out standards as they see on TV or social media.
Yeah.
And then you realize about it, what is they really doing for this stuff.
That's true.
Because, like, I remember when Kanye was messing with Kim on this commercial I seen on Instagram. And she was like, we don't have a hot tub. He was like, ooh, we don't have a hot tub, but we got a koozie. We got a koozie. And it was like, you tripping over a hot tub, you still got a jacuzzi and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some people just be doing too much in these relationships and they want so much out of it. You only gonna do is just drain the person dry.
That's true.
And most people don't realize if you draining that person dry and they don't have no money that's still coming in, oh, you about to dry the well. You about to be able to win this yourself.
True.
Asking them they want fries with salt or no salt. I'm just saying, like, some of these people just have really just too much standards. Just like they be wanting Michael Jordan on the team, but they want Michael Jordan to play like he's still 23, going against LeBron's in his prime. It might be a great game, but somebody's finna lose. Somebody's finna lose, and you don't know who's gonna lose.
No, I got something for that, and it goes back to the first date. That's because people have these high standards and everything like that. That's why the first date's never given a chance, because the first date is never given.
True.
You have these high standards and everything. You never give anybody the chance to get to know them or anything like that before you judge them. Like, they don't have this, so I don't want to deal with them.
Yeah, cause and this goes off of something like this one female told me the first time we ever hung out. Like, she was like, "Well, you can't have no kids. There ain't no reason for be with you, or you can't bring this certain income. Ain't no reason to be with you. You don't see yourself marrying me. I just really met you."
Yeah,
And they're like, "Come on,
that's
like
big.
just let the first date be the first date where you get to try to know the person.
Yeah,
Find
you're
out
supposed to be getting to know each other.
what kind of stuff they like to do.
Yeah.
See, they just
I don't even know you enough to have thought about whether or not I want to marry you.
Exactly.
And nowadays, you gotta, when you meet somebody, you might want to check a family out also. Because if you trying to have babies with this person, you just really need to know what kind of health problems a lot of these people have, mental problems,
That's true.
financial problems. Because a lot of these mothers will go below their whole check. I know some mothers right now that's trying to buy the PlayStation 5, don't have a car, still staying with their mom. Hell, they ask me for $2 every other day to buy them occasion for Lake biscuits.
Wow.
And I'm just gonna leave that one alone. And it's just weird with with society with dating now, because everybody wants to date somebody, but nobody's really ready to date somebody until they figure out how to love themselves.
That's true. Very true.
But even then, even when you figure out how to love yourself, you have to be aware of how to love somebody else, and not like to love people in general, because it's not people in general that you're in a relationship with. Like you have to know how to love the person that you're in a relationship with, and because a lot of people have gotten into relationships and they're not 100% understanding of like, you know, what they're getting themselves into, and like, you know, how they like, it's essentially like when a business asks what can you bring to the business, not just what can the business bring to you.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, it's a two-way street. I'm employing you, but you're working for me at the same time. So like, you know, we have to work together.
Yeah.
And like we have to do this right, because like if I'm taking care of you and you're working good, so we're taking care of each other, because like, you know, it's a constant thing.
Yeah.
You're working good, I'm giving you raises, so like you know, it's like, you know, you're rewarded for your good behavior. But if I hire you and I work the shit out of you, and then I'm never giving you a raise after 4 years, then you're gonna be wanting to go somewhere else. But like, if you're like, but people aren't understanding, like, you know, it's like people want to quit jobs and stuff like that because like they don't. Well, I mean, not quit jobs, but they want to, like, you know, like get choked up when they're in a relationship and they didn't realize, like, you know, exactly what they were getting themselves into, because like, you know, every individual is different and every individual takes in love differently and loves differently. So like, you can't go from your ex and love him the same way and do the same things for him that you did for that you're gonna do for somebody else, because those are two different people.
Yeah.
Two different backgrounds, two different upbringings, two different personalities. They're not the same. So you can't bring everything from before over into this one, because then it's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
That's about that point.
Yeah, that was deep, man.
Yeah.
I feel that. Anything else? Anybody else?
Then you got people like some of the people that we work with that
Oh,
I'm so sad.
Oh,
Oh Lord.
I didn't
say nothing.
I didn't say anything.
We got that one out.
Come up into work complaining about, like, you know, everything that's going on.
Oh Lord.
And then saying that they, like, you know, they can do this and they can do that, and like, you know, all these different things that they're going through. Like, at a certain point, what was I gonna say? I had it. At a certain point, like, it's just it's so repetitive, and if you're going to, all right, I got it. I got a good analogy for it. If I'm riding my bike and I keep going too fast down this hill and I keep crashing, I can't be mad at the bike or the hill because I continue to go down that same route. If you don't want to get hurt anymore, and like, you know, the same thing is constantly happening, it's up to you at that point. Like, you know, the ball's in your court. Do you want to continue to do that to yourself, because it's only you doing it to yourself? Mm-hmm. Just like, you know, people will stay because it's comfortable. And sometimes you do need to get rid of what is comfortable for something new, but some people take it a little bit too far. This is the same as my friend when he got like fired. If you have a good worker, there's gonna be times where they mess up, but that doesn't mean that you need to fire them immediately.
Yeah.
They're like we were saying earlier, they're not perfect, so you can't hold them to like, you know, this super high esteem to where like, you know, if they do something wrong, you just gotta cut.
Yeah.
Because that's when you burn bridges. Like, good people mess up. Good people make mistakes. Mm-hmm. But the difference between good people and bad people is that they realize and they own up to their mistakes and they're willing to, like, you know, fix it and like, you know, make themselves better, because everybody's capable of making mistakes, but the people that, like, you know, really care are the ones that have, like, you know, the integrity to admit and, like, you know, essentially, like, you know, what is it? Take responsibility for whatever it is that they did and, like, you know, own up to it. And some people don't.
That's true.
And you don't, I mean, like I was saying, it's like you don't need to, like, you know, cut anything too quick just because somebody messed up, because everybody's capable of making any type of mistake, and that goes in relationships, out of relationships, friendships, and acquaintances, working. But that doesn't mean that you need to jump ship.
Yeah.
But there's certain times, like, where, like, if you know, if it's constantly happening, it's only you at this point, because they've showed you their cards, and the proof is in the pudding. Essentially, like, if you know, if they're, it's a difference between people that say stuff and are about what they say.
Yeah. You good?
We good.
All right. I mean, are we wrapping up then?
We starting another one.